Right folks, another ambitious one. Don't know how far I'm going to get. Gonna try and head for the eastern moor, so Dartmeet first, then try and get to Ponsworthy Bridge, and then Widecombe, maybe do some tours there, and then maybe Haytor, maybe do some tours there. If I can get up there, there'll be a big challenge though, because it's lots of very narrow country lanes, single file lanes, so passing places and all that, reversing for ages. That sort of shit might happen. Not sure how equipped I am to deal with that yet. It's quite a hot day. It's like we've been having some heat wave days now in May. Finally, after all the suffering of rain and cold, we're getting summer like slammed into us right now. And I've been let out of work early, so it's 12:20 p.m. so I reckon that's a good solid 8 hours plus of daylight to try and do something, so we'll see how it goes.
I don't sit alone, 'cause I got you making tracks through these woods. I'm gonna get my blues, just holding snacks, dropping these tabs. A hero comes.
Well, it's been an interesting drive so far. I'm at a bay near Honeybag, trying to work out where to do my breaks and pit stops for this long journey. So we're just past the cattle grid out here. I'll try and do one pit stop at Dartmeet, I think, because I haven't been there in ages. And yeah, that might be next on the list. I think I have to go right at Two Bridges, not left, towards Post Bridge.
Taste no spit, silent flash, hear the bang. I'm gonna get my rush. No going back. Holding hands with you, the circus comes.
Okay guys, I made it to Dartmeet. I might actually have a walk around here because it has been so many years. My family used to come here all the time for like day trips and stuff when I was a kid, but I haven't been back in a long time. I've been to the tours, Yar Tour and such around here, but I haven't looked around the area immediately here, so it looks like there might be a shop over there. Cafe, takeaway, ice creams, etc. Might go in there. And then up there I think is Yar Tour. Probably. But it turns out that thing over there isn't actually a shop anymore. I was going to buy some of their hot food, but they took so long serving, and there were so many tourists like tripping over each other and not knowing what to do with themselves, bumping into each other, that I just gave it up in the end. It's just not worth it. So I'm just going to have a walk down by the river for a bit before I move on. I think we used to do boulder hopping on these. There's a Clapper Bridge up there somewhere. People sunbathing on the Clapper Bridge, so it's a dismantled one. Can't really get to that very easily. There's the actual bridge that the cars go over. It's quite narrow coming down to that one. If there are less people here, I'd probably go boulder hopping, but there are people occupying the centre bit. Love the clouds today though. There's a bit of a walk you can do down there that we did once. It looks like there's access up onto the moor there. Climber, that terribly named hill. Badger's Halt. I don't know if I saw Badger's Hole while I was up there. I saw the tiny chalet. It's called the chalet, I think. The shack. There's the road bridge. It's going to cross over here. Have a quick look on the other side. Less rocks to play on over here. It's the kind of time when I want to alter myself kind of thing, so I can just hop across the boulders and there's not like some couple sunbathing on some rocks in the middle or something. It's like a choice of tracks you can take here. One beside the river, one up through a gate, I guess. No, this is private property. There's actually a footpath there. Does this footpath run out? Oh, I've been here before. Now when it's drier, when there's been more of a heat wave, you can walk across those stones there and go to one of them little islands. Yeah, I remember being here. Back when things were a bit saner, we came here. Hopped over those boulders to that island. Must have been like 2004 or something. Took some pics and stuff. Of course, as you get to the eastern moor, everything becomes a lot more touristy and you don't have as much room to breathe. You can't go places without bumping into lots of people. Spitchwick Commons. No camping. No wild swimming. No barbecues or fires. Nope, that's authoritarian shit. Don't agree with any of that. They should let people do what they want, but some of it's probably private up there, so the landowners probably enforce it, I guess. Oh, this does become a public footpath if you go up there. It's not just a private gate. On a different day when there's less people here, which you're not going to find many days like this where there's less people at Dartmeet, then I'd have a better feel about this place. But today I don't really have a good feel about this place. A little bit too many people for me, so I head back to the car and move on. I think our next target is Ponsworthy Bridge. Look at the sky though. So we're not stopping off at Ponsworthy Bridge because I don't think there's much there. It's just like a landmark for helping me find Widecombe-in-the-Moor, which is the main destination. Ah man, I'm here at Widecombe-in-the-Moor. That almost puts me off coming to Eastern Dartmoor. That's really intense. Just the sheer amount of single file roads. Very difficult driving. You automatically get tailgated because I feel like I have to go very slow in second gear. And obviously all the experienced drivers from around here, they probably bomb it down these roads. It's single file roads. I'm always looking for passing places, and that descent from west to east down into Widecombe with all those single file roads is a nightmare. Very difficult to do, for me anyway. And also at Dartmeet. After Dartmeet, after the Bonehill car parking, I missed my turning left because it wasn't obvious. So I had to go to the Meltor car park, turn around, and I couldn't find a good way to keep from swinging out onto the other side of the road, so I just had to make sure it was clear. And then I went back to the... I'm going to show you on the map. Dartmeet, where's Dartmeet? There's Dartmeet. You're going to come up here, up to Oilsbrim Cross or whatever that is, and go up there, but this is not obvious when you see it. It's not obvious that it's there. So I passed it accidentally, turned around there, came all the way back here, and had to do a nightmarish, with someone behind and someone coming out of the junction, a nightmarish turn right on a Y junction, which is very difficult because the angle was just like too much, and I kind of got wedged, and I had to reverse to get into the junction thing. And I thought the person following me had enough room to go past me as I dipped in, but they did not. That was a pain in the ass. So I'm going to stay here for a bit. No hay tour for a bit. I'll have to think about the hay tour one. I might think about this walk. See if I can get on that ridge there, which is the ridge of Hameldown Beacon, which I've got a video in my gallery of doing Hameldown Tor and Hameldown Beacon with my dad. If we kept going down that ridge, we would have encountered even more tools and things. I can't remember how many. God, did I put my maps in? I created some maps and I'm starting to think that I didn't put them in my bag. Oh, that will be a huge bummer. I might not have brought the maps that I printed out for this trip. I might not have put them in my bag. Well, there'll definitely be some visible tours around this area that I could climb. Or I could head up Haytor direction. Actually, it's really beautiful when you're coming down into Widecombe-in-the-Moor, and behind the church you see two quite colossal looking tours. I'm not sure which ones those are. Maybe one's Honeybag tour. Anyway, I might go up one of those and then look down into Widecombe from up there maybe. If I can find a parking spot up near there. Here, there's Widecombe, where we are, parked. Up here somewhere, Bonehill Rocks I guess is one. Which are the highest? Chinkwell Tor, Bell Tor, Bonehill Rocks. There's a bunch of them that aren't shown on this map. Nope, totally forgot my maps that I printed out from Google Earth. Well, here's where we parked. It's quite a nice area by this little stream here. A great little picnic place, very scenic place here. Got a little babbling brook. I just sat down here and ate some lunch to get over that crazy journey. You can't see the tours, but there's two big tours up there somewhere. To drive up higher and do those tours that overlook the village in a bit, so I'll have to look at what maps I do have and work out what I can find. Yep. Unfortunately, these maps don't contain them, and I haven't studied the Google Maps enough. So there's like 6 of them up there, which I was gonna do, and I thought up until now that I had the maps to be able to do them. I know that you can go up that way, and then there's 2 public footpaths up that way, one under a farm, one you turn off at a play park, but I don't have my actual maps of where the tours are, so I won't be able to do that trip that I was going to do today, which is annoying, but yeah, it just slipped my mind. I don't know where I printed 3 pages this morning, and I must have just put them down somewhere and not in my bag, which is dumb. So they're in my room somewhere. But, you know, you see these big ass dramatic tours when you come into Widecombe and you think, wow, that looks cool. So I might actually drive a little further on, not actually stay in this car park, and I think you can get out of the village this way as if you're heading to Haytor. And then there's one parking on the right, one parking on the left if you take the main road, but if you turn off left through Bonehill, and this certainly looks narrower to me. There's a parking on the right and then another parking on the right. It looks like on the tour, Bonehill Rocks. So that's pretty cool, I might go there. I imagine that's going to be quite steep out of Widecombe. Alright, I'm somewhere. There's a tour out my window there. Those tours seem a lot further away as I was coming up the road here. But I'm in this parking bay. I'm between a bunch of tours. I reckon it'd be a good walk to go all the way over there or all the way over there once my hiking boots are on. I don't know if there's a road over there that goes nearer to those tours, because there's that big tour and then there's one behind it as well that we're overlooking Widecombe. Yeah, I couldn't see any roads coming off. That was quite a nice main road. It was kind of steep uphill, and occasionally the centre line disappeared because it was too narrow, but it just opened out again quite a few times. So that wasn't a bad road to do out of Widecombe, this one. I didn't see any left turns. Maybe we just didn't reach the left turn yet. To Bonehill. I don't know which one we're on. I think we're at one of these 2. But yeah, Chinkwell tour might be the big one. And there was a lot of tour rocks. I didn't get to, there's a bunch of things I didn't get to show you. Down there in Widecombe, It's actually a really nice little village. Like, there's a lot to see. There's like a cafe and a shop and really nice gigantic oak trees. And where one oak tree like ages ago was cut down, they put a bench around it, and the sun's like shining through the bench onto the oak tree, and it's making all these like wavy grid patterns that look super cool. I didn't get to show you that. And I saw these tours from a second car park outside the cafe to kind of scout it out before I came up. The closer you get up there towards Haytor, you get pay and display ones. Yeah, I'm gonna hike that way first, and then if I get to the car and I fancy another walk, I'll hike that way, because there's a really clear tour not far from the road. And there were tour rocks just strewn across the road down there, which I assume is part of a tour as well. Okay folks. Oh wow. I see a lot more than that big tour there. Actually, I was looking on the other side of the valley. There's a huge steep face hill over there that might be a tour as well. Is that the back of Saddle Tour? Anyway, there's Haytor. There's a ton of tours down there in that valley. There's a tour there. There's a line of several tours there. There's tours over the other side of that valley. And there's tours beside the road here as well. Are you liking this video so far? Okay, so before I set off, I should point out that the difficulty will be in locating exactly where I am. I have a vague idea of where I am. I don't actually full on know what the next tour is. So back in the editing room, I'll use Google Earth to figure out what the tours I've visited were, so I can verify in the subtitles and captions and things. Just as a guess, I'd say we're parked at that parking, that's my guess. But my shoulder should be top tour. The ones I'm looking at should be Bonehill Rocks, Bell Tour, Chinkwell Tour and Honeybag. So let's go to what I think is... wait, no, I've forgotten something, haven't I? I knew I'd forget something. Hiking boots. I can't do this in Converse shoes. What am I... I keep forgetting that I have two sets of shoes now. There we go, much better. Off with the driving shoes and working shoes, and on with the hiking boots. Now I can actually do this walk without killing my feet, which I probably would have killed my feet if I tried to do a big moorland hike in Converse shoes. Bit of a fork in the track. I'm going to take the left one, take us down to those rocks there. Although there's not much in between the track that's a problem. It's all good terrain here. It's a bit like walking between Pew Tor and Feather Tor, if you've ever been there. The ground's all firm here because of the tourism. It's very well trodden ground, so it's not because of the sheep, it's because of the hordes of people that come from Exeter into Dartmoor this direction rather than from the Western Line. Where we were down in the valley, that's Widecombe-in-the-Moor, which I didn't show you enough of, to be fair. Sorry about that, guys. For some reason over here, a bunch of smoke coming off a field. It's a strange bird in front of Haytor in the background. Over there, it's the giant valley thing I was talking about, coming off the side of Chinkwell Ridge. It seems to go straight down like a 45-degree angle, and from down in Widecombe, it looks huge on the other side of the valley there. So that'd be a cool thing to visit sometime. I'm I'm assuming there's some kind of rocks on it. I'm not sure if that was one of the tors I was aiming at on my map. If so, I didn't account for the contours. I definitely didn't account for the contours. It might be. The lay of the land is like... I think there are tracks coming out of Widecombe up that way, and then some farmhouse you have to go through. And that's kind of what it looks like over there. So what's this then, right here? This has got to be a tor, isn't it? This thing I'm right beside. I mean, that's obviously a tor, isn't it? It's bigger than Standon Ledge, that's for sure. There's a little tor here. There's little tors literally on the road as you drive up, like from the village. Like I couldn't stop to film or anything because I was like thinking about places to park. But there was a few like this just on the side of the road. There's some weird smell in the air. Look, that's a pretty big rock in itself. Second stack of whatever this is. I'll put the name up on the screen, guys, because I don't 100% have a clue where I am. I'm on East Dartmoor, dudes. I don't know where that is. I don't know what's there. It's a bit of a mystery to me, East Dartmoor. For instance, what's that? What be that? I do not know. And it is a beautiful day for walking. It's like an early heat wave day, but there's like this breeze blowing through, and the breeze is just not really, it's just cooling you off from if the heat gets too much, to be honest. It's not wind chill or anything, to be honest. It's all nice temperature all around. I would say I've got a tiny bit of a cold ear, but apart from that, I think we've reached the good temperatures at last. Some chaotic rocks coming up soon. And look at these skeletons of gorse. Someone's been swaling, burning the gorse. See, there's another bit of a tor there. What's that? It's like a little treasure box here of tors. You're just always bumping into little tors here and there, or giant ones. It's crazy. You just look on the map around Haytor. I swear it's like 40 tors or something like that. Between 30 and 50 tors. And another reason I'm going to enjoy this walk is I'm not 100% looking forward to the drive back through those narrow country roads. Between here and Dartmeet, that is hellish. Look at this fella. What's he doing out here all alone? What is it? There's some flat bits down there and a bulb just there. What is his name? Who is he? Who is he? He's by this tree. Lone tree. And there's a bulb bit, and then there's a low rock pancake, and then there's like a platform of rock. That's cool. There's nothing else around it. Oh, can I show you? Can I see some of the rocks that I passed on the road from here? There's also a big tor behind them, which I'm not sure if I've shown you yet. There's a little one in the front, in the foreground, I think is beside the road. Another fork in the road, or just the greenery, flattening of the greenery. I'm going to take the right hand fork, because I think the left one goes a bit too low down for my liking. I don't want to have to give myself too many unnecessary climbs if I'm already going to be climbing that giant one in the background, which might be Chinkwell Tor, not sure. Aha, I thought there was another road. There is another road beside this tor. I was looking for that, Okay, that's... yeah, I reckon this is Bonehill Rocks here then. I might be able to find us on the map now I've bumped into this. Also, there might be a little bridge that the road goes over. So there might be a stream on the map. I can use that for geography reference too. Maybe I should have parked up here. Well, I didn't see where to go to get to it, so... that's like a sandy car parking bay as well. It's made of sand. That's cool. It's very quiet here. We dip down under this one. Oh, I've just spotted something. There's a paraglider guy, parasailer. He probably jumped off that huge mound on the side of Hambledown Ridge into the valley. Looks like we've got to go down to go up, and there's a stream here which we might not be able to cross. If we can't cross it, we'll have to go over the road bridge. See how wide this stream is. There's a big slab of rock just here on the edge of it. Oh no, there are parts where the stream is crossable. That water's hardly moving at all, it's like still stagnant. And it's moving up there. And I can jump across it. Just over there by the giant boulder. Groovy. Look at this monster here. Look at this monster. Oh my god. It's Jurassic Park when Sam Neill's like leaning on the Triceratops. That's what just happened. But with me in a tour. And no, I will not stop posting cringe. Let's get up this lovely beast, which I think is Bonehill Rocks. Actually, let's have a look at the map, because we crossed that road, we crossed that stream. Let's have a look at the map. Might be able to confirm a few of these. Alright guys, so verification time. We just came out Widecombe-in-the-Moor, we came up here, I think we parked here. Higher parking on the kink in the road there, and so there would have been a left turn if we kept going, which would have come up to this parking here on this road here. So we are in fact at Bonehill Rocks, and I think that road that passes us by will be also reappearing directly behind the tor. Then after that we climb up to Bell Tor, which might have been the big one we were looking at, or it might be on the way up to the big one. Then there's Chinkwell Tor, which has a height stamp on it of 458 metres high, and after that I presume it's lower. Honeybag Tor is the last one in this ridge. Then we can go back, and I think Top Tor, yeah, Top Tor was the one down from where we were parked. It's good to know where the heck you are. So this, my friends, is Bonehill Rocks, which sounds kind of cool, kind of skeletal to go along with the swaled gorse, kind of Halloweeny, creepy. Look at these strange shapes that the rocks are making. And there's more over here. So I was going to go on top, but now we appear to have gone around the side instead, just because it's way more dramatic. Oh, look at these. This is quite cool actually. Towering blocks. That was big. And there's a bigger hill, but less big rocks, although I think we're going to see something in a minute that might change that. Yeah, it strikes me that there are two different tours over there. So that is Bell Tour with all the rocks on, and then I guess Chinkwell is the higher hill with less rocks. Everything's all dramatic and massive here, it's crazy. I'll just have a peek there, over that edge, where I expect to see a road, and then I'll come back here maybe and climb up that green gap there. Well, I can't see the road, which is odd. Maybe the road on the map is actually like a track. A bit flummoxed by that geography. Where did we start? We started over there somewhere. We passed this thing, and there's some other rocks back there as well. These things. And we're parked somewhere up there. I can't even see the cars anymore. There's a lot of stuff around to look at. It's sort of overwhelming seeing all these tours in the same place as each other. How do you even get a shot of this tour? There's a scramble up there, do I? And then that's like steps there. This is crazy. Oh, look at this. Oh. This must be what it's like when you first start hiking in the Lake District or Scotland. Just confronted with something so much bigger than you're used to. There's where the car park was that we were at, ish, passing. We're on top now, sort of. Not on top of the rocks though. Alright, let's go and try and get to the next one then. Oh, it looks quite far from here. You have to descend into the valley. Oh, look at that rock there. That's an interesting one, and it's got bluebells behind. A little kind of track here that we can take. Again, just all round dry, sturdy ground. Excellent for walking. There's a guy heading up to the tour we want to head up to. Gives you some scale. Here's that road. I thought it was here somewhere. It's just kind of tucked away under the lip, so you can't see it from up there. There is a road here though, so you can actually drive here. Goodbye Bonehill rocks. I was going to say hello Beltor, but there might be bog here, I'm not sure. Maybe the guy took a good route by taking that dirt track over there. Now dude, I think this is a bog, which I didn't expect to see on Eastern Dartmoor, to be honest. Didn't expect to see a lot of it. But there it is. Is it as bad as our hardcore western stuff though? I'm heading towards it to find out. Does it have dry boundaries? Squidgy here, but yeah, I don't know how to cross that bit though. It's like this, dude. There's a fair amount of water there. Yeah, I don't think I want to head to the middle of that runoff. Let's try and get to that dirt track. Okay, so this is where that guy went. And I guess this is where the road we're on goes, down into Widecombe somehow. Although I didn't see quite where it joined onto the main road, so just a colossal boulder, just like it might as well be a tor, but it's just like here, casually, away from everything else. And there's water flowing underneath it. That's what's feeding the bog somewhat. Oh, we've got a big climb. Look at this daisy field though. Nice. Like a crater in here, like you'd find on heavy cricket grounds or something, or just where stuff has been quarried out of the tors. We're on the track up to it now, and it is steep, reminding me of climbing Pen Beacon, just one foot in front of the other. And eventually you'll be there. Just resting under the shade of this tree here. Looking back at where we've been. Look at how that looks. Looks like a mountain, but with a big dividing line cut through it and a big gap placed in diagonally. I think I'm going to opt to go up that right hand slope. That looks like a fairly easy walk up, and it takes you all the way up to the top where there's like a balancing stone just propped up right at the top of that gap. So weird. Here we are on Beltor, 2 L's, not to be confused with Beltor 1L, which you can't access. And when I get over this little ridge here, I'm going to regret saying that I wanted to do Chinkwell tour, or whatever that next one is, because I know it's higher than this. But this one stands out more. Almost at the bottom of the ramp. There's where the ramp begins. Look at this weird piece of Lego. Bunch of stuff over there looking away from the ramp. Bunch of interesting things. Okay, that is actually too steep. But if I go up here then up, to it. I think I can manage that. Oh man, to think I was on that just down there and I thought that was massive to look up at, and now I'm up here looking down on it, on this thing. Actually the other tour, Chinkwell tour, I think, doesn't look that far compared to Bonehill to this one. I'll show you in a minute. Look at that weird sand design thing someone's done. Oh man, crazy views down into the valley. Oh, are we going to see this balancing rock if we go up here? Don't fancy standing on it. Let's find it though. Oh, it's all kind of flat here. It's still a bit of uphill to Chinkwell top, but not quite as bad as I thought. Oh, is that the balancing stone? Oh, should I stop? Yeah, I should start getting the verifieds now. That's that balancing stone. Oh. Not for me, thanks. So I got close to that cliff. That was a hell of a hill climb. Well, yeah, this is a pretty amazing place to be fair. There's a lot of shining things over there. I wonder if that's the car park I left, or if it's a bunch of cyclists stopped on the road. No, I think it's a car park. And there's a tree where I paused in the shade. Far above that now too. There's like mini tours or something in that field. There's tours everywhere, man. There's just tours like in many directions you can look. I haven't even looked at those tours over there. There's like 3 in a line, lying kind of flattish, but I bet from some views they're high up. Don't know what that white thing is on the hill. This scary gap through here, once you know what that is. See Bonehill rocks through this tiny gap. And it's weird how the gap is huge on the other side, but on this side it just meets some grass higher up. So look at this, there's a little staircase to that gap. You can even walk through it like a cave. What the hell? I might do it. I mean, hopefully that's been there for like hundreds of years and not budged, and it's not going to choose now to fall through the gap onto me. I might go through this. Ooh, scary. Don't fall on me. This is like one of those cave exploration videos gone wrong. Ooh, I wonder if there'll be like a sheer cliff on the end of this thing. Not a sheer cliff. Quite even. Be climbable. I never thought that while I was looking at it from down below. It's almost like a deep like staircase or something. Just trying to get a look at it. A better look. Yes, it looks climbable now from up here. That's weird. It looks like such a terrifying feature from below, but when you're up here, it's just like not so bad. Apart from this. And there's just another stack of it just on the end here. Big block. Okay, let's do this one, which I may regret, but doesn't look as far as the other one. And there's some weird bubbly rock on top, which I don't really understand. Not doing too bad so far, just plodding. And we're not at the top, but we're certainly on the tour. Now, the rocks have begun. That's a fairly big one. I don't know if that's the biggest one. Looks like smaller rocks on this one. Let's see what's up there. Line up of the three big tours. Here's the bubbly one. Maybe it's just the lighting today falling on it. It's got like sideways platelets on it though. Armour plating. Ankylosaurus, is it? What's the one? What is a dinosaur? Is it Stegosaurus that folds down its plates like that? It's not Ankylosaurus, is it? There's some dinosaur that does that thing. Anyway.
Everything I say has come before, assembled into something, into something, into something. I don't know for certain anymore.
Beacon and Grimspounder up there, and I think down there is Widecombe-in-the-Moor, and that's not so good road that I'm going to be driving on later. And as if this tour didn't have enough stacks, there's a big mushroom on the end here. I just find it so hard to believe in my head that these are natural formations. They all look like they were just put here by people in certain orders. It does seem to me like a lot of tours seem kind of man-made in a way. Look, there's another stack. It's kind of got a beluga face. Look at this. There's a lot on here. We definitely get a good stretch of downhill now. There's another stack. Oh my god. Ferrero Rocher tour. You are spoiling us with these stacks. Another stack. Still Chinkwell tour. It hasn't changed. All this. Oh, look at these lovely little grooves. They're like diamonds. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think there are any more stacks, okay? I think that one is the last stack. I think we're done with the Chinkwell tour. Next tour we see will be that one. Honeybag. I actually wondered what this bronzy field of vegetation was over here, but it's just like tons of swaled gorse. Or is it all gorse, or is it some other stuff thrown in? I think it's mainly gorse. But like, someone must have made a big fire. There must have been one night where whoever lives down the valley could look up and this entire hillside would be on fire. And they're like, on all their little stupid authoritarian no camping signs, they're like, no fires, like the public. God, what's going on with this? No one from the public can have fires, you cannot have fires. But like, the people writing the sign and the government and their little cronies, they're having fires and setting fire to the ground, which is exactly what they're telling the public not to do. But they'll be like, oh, our excuse is we're doing a controlled fire, we can control our fires, we're doing a controlled burn, not like you plebs and your fires, you're just doing uncontrolled fires. Like, no, I think the public are able to control their own fires, and the people doing the swaling should not be setting themselves up above the public, having superior rights to them, and saying that they're the only ones who know how to control a fire when that's not the case. Anyway, there's where we just were, Chinkwell tour, and we're starting to get some beautiful late afternoon sun lighting over the terrain. Lovely green tree there. We're down in the little valley gap between the tours here. There appears to be some kind of trench. There's a track here that goes over it. There's like a girt here. It kind of begins at the track. Yeah, maybe a mining thing. The trench goes all the way up to the track. The track is raised above it. A little bit of the trench continues up there. Don't know which rocks to go for here. I remember there being some interesting ones on the side facing the valley. Okay, now we're beginning what I'm hoping is going to be my last steep ascent of the day. My back is already aching somewhat, but we're going to give it a go. These crazy structures. Look at this whale rock. This is a killer. Almost at the top though. Oh no, it's a false peak. Is that the top? Or is there a higher bit behind that? Bit of flat grass up to it. Let's have a look through that gap there. Lovely lawn in the gap. There's a cave in there. Camper's cave. Big tall rock stack. There's some big flat plates around this one at the bottom of it. I don't even know if that's the actual top. There might be another one behind that that's even higher up, but for now let's head for this one. I think we're on the highest one. Oh, hello mate, hello mate. Oh, he's running away. He's running away. Got you. There's some insane stacks, like perched on the edge of the valley there. Huge one right there. There are a bunch more stacks down there, but they're lower down than this one. For where I am, I don't think I can climb up to that. Not in my state. So for now, I don't know if this is the highest. I think this is the highest point. It's either this or it's that lump over there. I think one of them over on the other side of the valley is Hamildown Beacon. There's a couple cairns around. That might be it, maybe. Or do it have another name, the next one down? The one by the wall where all the ravens lived. What was that tour called? Was that Hamildown Beacon, or was that Hamildown Tor, or was that something else? Anyway, that's what I think that lump is. Alright, had a breather, a couple more stacks, and then I'm going to head down for the farmer's wall and see if that cuts out all the contours. Actually, how do I get down from this one? I think the boulders get messier down that way. They look a bit more like things on the Tavy Cleave. See if we can see one of those giant ones. Oh yeah. I don't know if that's the one we were looking at before, but it's huge and it's teetering on the edge, so at some point, due to erosion, that's all going to topple down the cliff, and it's going to be, I assume there's some sort of river down there. Else why would there be a valley here? Whoa, look at this. That qualifies a Logan stone? That's a crazy looking one. Good thing I get the opposite of that call of the void thing that some people get. Let's kind of look at what that looked like from up here without falling off. No thanks. Is this all the same tour down here? Well, that one's got so many stacks as well. I'm not going to go exploring all those. There's too many of them. But they're all down there. The end of the. That's the end of the ridge, basically. Should start heading back. Okay, so thanks for joining me on that fairly big adventure over to Eastern Dartmoor. Managed to get here. I didn't do the walk I originally had planned, but I did part of my backup plan walk. There's a lot of tours to visit around here, and I don't know if I'd be able to get them all in one day. If I arrived early enough, maybe I can do more than I did today. But yeah, so I call this the Tours Surrounding Chinkwell Tour, because I think that was the tallest. And I also think I picked up like tons of tours on the way that I don't know the names of until I consult the map. So I don't know how many tours we did today, maybe 5, something like, but thank you for watching.
The enemy are the few.